Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of Shift Your Health. My name is Paigey Poo.
My name is Jagger Bagger.
And together we are PJ.
Woo! Today, guys, we have been asked from one of our current clients about sleep. Okay? We're not going to debate.
No debating today,
debating
guys.
today.
We're taking a back seat on that. We're just going to talk about it.
I think sleep it'd be hard to debate. How would you be negative about it? You need it.
How can you get the best sleep?
No,
can you live off 2 hours?
It's always, well, yeah.
That's a shift worker life.
You probably can. You can probably function off 2 hours, but you wouldn't function very well. That's for sure.
You probably be actually a good one to talk to this about because you've just had a pretty broken night's sleep.
I've had some interesting sleep the last couple of nights.
Not from shift working, but...
I have a 1-year-old. If you're a shift worker and have a 1-year-old, I'm taking my hat off to you.
Done.
But no, obviously, I know sleep is something that, been coaching shift workers now for so long. It's something that I would almost say, I shouldn't say everyone, but it'd be pretty close. Like, it'd be almost like 99% of people.
When it comes to...
They just struggle with getting enough. Like, it's, they might get a good sleep a couple times a week, but, there's obviously variables, your circadian rhythm, like your body going from night to day shift. Like, there's so many variables at play. If you got a 1-year-old like me, or kids, or you got a partner, like there's so many variables.
Throwing some caffeine into the mix on your night shifts, gals, which we've already talked about.
We spoke about that not too long ago. But I always try with a rule of thumb of trying to at least get like that 6 to 8 hours. I know 7 to 9 is probably the recommended,
optimal,
but I think
realistically,
for a shift worker, I always think that 6 to 8 is probably the optimal range. 8 more on like probably going to aim on your days off. 6 probably going to be when you're on like back-to-back nights. Yeah. But how like
I think,
do you think there's a sleep routine? Because
I was just about to say, I think it really does come as well. Like, how can you create that space to get a really good night's sleep in the best way possible?
A lot of people don't have sleep routines, though.
I know. Which is crazy. Like, I've got a schedule for my sleep routine. I know exactly what I need to do at a certain time in order to be asleep by a certain time.
Paige is very schedule driven,
guys, and that could be an issue. But like, I do think it is reverse engineering. Like, firstly, yes, creating a sleep routine, but before you do that, you've got to figure out, okay, well, what time do I need to be in bed and asleep by in order for me to get X amount of hours? So you've got to reverse engineer it. Okay, if I'm waking up tomorrow at 5 a.m., well, I need to make sure my goal is to at least be asleep by latest 9 or 10 p.m. to get a good quality amount of sleep.
But always with that, guys, obviously, yes, reverse engineer, but I would always recommend, if you've got kids, etc., I'd probably recommend adding a buffer into that.
Yes.
Because like, if you say 10 o'clock...
Comes in with the kids' advice here. I don't have that, guys.
If I just know there's external variables. Like
things could go wrong.
Yeah, like maybe they don't want to go to sleep. They're tucking a tantrum. Like, there are a lot of variables at play. But I definitely recommend reverse engineering. But also, like, I would add to that, like, it's figuring out what works best for you. I actually found out this was maybe a good year or two ago that I really worked best at that 8 to 9. I actually tried less. I tried more. Obviously, this is before a 1-year-old, as you can see, because more would be almost impossible now. But I found that 8 to 9 is a really good sort of place for me. I also have a watch now, which tells me it's sleep.
I was about to say, your watch is like, hey, you've got enough sleep, or you don't have enough sleep.
I've literally have not, ever since I've had this watch, it always gives me like fair. I've never had a good score.
You've never had a good score? Well, then your sleep hours are wrong, Jakey, all right?
That's the variable though, guys, because obviously with a 1-year-old, and it does correlate across to being a shift worker, coming off shift, it's hard to get to sleep. But this is where having a sleep routine, and you can incorporate, maybe you get off at 10 p.m. at night, or maybe, you get home at 7 a.m. in the morning. Maybe you've got to find what that looks like. And I know I keep saying debated, but we spoke about, I like to work out. I spoke about working out, on that to try and burn some energy to get tired. But once again, it is figuring out what works best for you. So have you found a routine that you think works best for like a client, or?
Like what you just said though, it's really hard because everybody is so different. And I think it's just more making sure that space is optimal, right? Like, before you go to bed, trying to do all the things that are going to calm your nervous system down. Things like just making sure you're not eating such a massive meal, because that's going to put a lot of stress on your digestive system, which will affect the sleep quality. You know, making sure you dim your lights as best as you possibly can. If it's reading, if it's having a warm bath.
Reading's a massive one.
Things to zen.
I know Jade loves that.
Yeah, I fall asleep with my book every single night.
Yeah, that's helped Jade a lot.
Sleep meditation, normal, just general meditation. You know, and everybody works differently. You might have calming music that you listen to, or other
I couldn't
things.
think of anything worse than listening to music.
I do.
You
though.
love it.
I love it.
Paige loves it.
Sleep
I could not think of
meditation,
anything worse.
I put it on every night now. I literally am like, hey Siri, play calming playlist, and it puts me to sleep like a baby.
I think that'd be negative.
Like a little baby. But you got to find what works for you, and you got to try.
I find for myself, I can't drink water past like 5 or 6 p.m. Otherwise, I am going to end up being. I am going to.
Oh no, what's that?
What is playing in the background?
Keep going, people.
But yeah, I find for myself, guys, I have to cut water out from 5 to 6. I actually figured that out because I was getting up throughout the night. I actually thought something was wrong with me because I was like, God, I go to the toilet a lot. Even Jade mentioned it to me at one point, and then I started to dial it back, and I was like, wow, I just was drinking too much water too late, so I'd be getting up a lot throughout the night.
Siri just started playing my calming playlist.
Oh, that's.
That's what just happened.
If you're watching this and you saw Paige leave, well, then you would know that she was being serious about the calming playlist.
It hurts. Sorry to
so I think ultimately, I hope what you get from today, guys, is if you are a shift worker, which I hope you are because you're listening to this, but you know, just I think reverse engineer, find what's gonna, but also don't be afraid to try different things,
new things,
because you know, but also give yourself or your body enough time. Don't try it for a night and be, oh, this doesn't work, throw it out the window. You know, I always think at least give it like a couple of weeks, even up to a month.
And the other end of that spectrum is don't try and change everything at once.
Yes.
That is such a big thing, because you then won't know, okay, well, if I've changed all of it, you're never going to know what the key thing
works.
is working.
Yeah.
And then you just sit in that space like, I don't know what it was that I changed that worked. So just baby steps, take that time, be patient, and understand whether or not it's working, and then try a new thing if it's not.
I'd love to know though, guys, if you guys have a sleep routine, because I know with the many people I've coached over the years now, I always ask and they're like, no. Like, it's very rare. And that, like I said, that does shock me because I know how important sleep is. Yeah. And everyone knows how important sleep is, but I think as we get older, we think we can function off like 4 or 5 or 6 hours, which you can. But it's always that conversation of, is it optimum what you're functioning on? Because I guarantee if you create a sleep routine and you get those more hours, I guarantee you will feel a lot better. Yeah. And you'll naturally have more energy. Like, that's one of the big things as well when we talk about energy. We spoke about this in the caffeine, when we spoke about caffeine, is it's natural. Sleep is one of the biggest things, and I think so many people don't prioritize it.
It's huge.
Massive.
And also, ladies, stop doom scrolling, okay?
Yes,
that is the killer, okay? That is the killer to your sleep routine, and that needs to be removed.
It can be.
Digital detox.
It can be.
Well, no, the phones, they have like a little sleep reminder.
Leave it
Bedtime reminder.
I have to, I put mine on sleep and put an
hour before bed.
Some people put it in different rooms, like that, you know, depending how the level of doom scrolling you do, or sometimes hearing that notification.
It's a vortex and it sucks you in. Don't do it.
It is. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it from today's episode. But I would seriously love, if you have a sleep routine, please make sure you join our Facebook group. We'll post this up in the Facebook group, guys. If you have a sleep routine, please pop it in the comment section on our Facebook group.
We'd love to hear it.
All you have to do, guys, search on Facebook. It's called Shift Your Health. This is where we post tips, tricks, quotes, motivation, everything like that. That's going to help you as a shift worker ultimately get better results. But that's going to be it from episode 7. We'll see you next week for episode 8.
Woo! PJ out.
Peace.